phone and you're looking for a way to go greener, you can also download it as an app and take it with you when you go to the restaurant or the grocery store to help make those informed seafood choices. Now it does look like we have another star that's out here and just has decided to join us, and I would love to give her an introduction. This is Satara. Satara is our 19-year-old female harbor seal. She's currently weighing in at just over 150 pounds, so why don't we make it nice and loud and welcome Satara. Now, as I said, these animals possess many adaptations that help make them successful both on the land and in the water. Now, if you take a look at Satara, you notice she has very big and beautiful eyes. Now, vision is very important to both seals and sea lions. They have special vision that helps them see under the water and above the water as well. These animals also have what's called a hydrodynamic body shape, which is one of the things that allows them to cut through the water and change directions quickly. That just means they're big in the middle and small on both ends. And as you can see, Satara is using her special vision and her body shape to help get those rings that were tossed in the water. And she did a great job. Why don't we give her a big round of applause for showing that off? Now, a few other unique adaptations that these animals have is they actually lack a clavicle or collarbone, and they have extra vertebrae, which allows them to kind of bend themselves in half almost completely backwards. And you also notice our animals have very long whiskers on the sides of their nose as well. These whiskers have special nerve endings on the tips that are called vibrissae, and that actually helps these animals out in the wild to find those fish when the water is too dark for them to see. Now, as I said, we have both California sea lions and harbor seals here. Now, a lot of people come into Oceans of Fun and they think these animals are the same, but even though they are closely related cousins, there's actually 3 easy ways to tell the difference between a seal and a sea lion. So remember when Sonoma was out here, she had ear flaps on the sides of her head, and those are called external pinnae. They function just like mine and your own ears do. Now, on a seal like Satara, you're not going to notice those ear flaps on the sides of their head, and this is because seals have internal ears, so all you're really able to see is a small hole or a bump about an inch behind their eyes. Now, the next difference is how they use their front flippers. Now, a seal like Satara has very small front flippers. They're about the size of our hand, and the water seals are going to use their front flippers for steering. They side-to-side motion that's called sculling. They move about 15 to 20 miles an hour in the water. Now, a sea lion, on the other hand, has very large front flippers. They're about the length of our arm. And in the water, sea lions will flap their front flippers up and down, kind of like a bird flaps its wings to move through the water. They'll reach speeds of up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. And the last difference, as Satara was demonstrating, maybe the most easiest way to tell the difference between a seal and a sea lion is how they move right here up on land. A seal like Satara is going to spend their entire lives on their belly, so they must contract their very strong stomach muscles to scooch across land, and they kind of look like an overgrown caterpillar. Now, on a sea lion, they have what's called a rotating hip bone. It's a really unique adaptation that